Hi Nidhish, good evening. How are you today?
Hi, Karan. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great, Nidhish. Thank you for asking. And thanks a lot for taking out time late evening today and trying and agreeing to share your experiences about applying to top universities in the US for your undergrad. I'm sure that whatever you end up sharing today will be very beneficial for others who would have a look at this testimonial. Thanks a lot for that. So, to start off, I would request you to give a brief introduction about yourself to our viewers.
Yeah, sure. My name is Nidhish Mhapsekar. I come from Mumbai. Uh, I did my schooling from Dombivli. It's like a small town in Mumbai. After I went to college, I am currently in college at Jai Hind College, Mumbai. I am currently pursuing bachelor's in arts, for which my major is economics. Also, I am very passionate about swimming. I'm a professional swimmer. I'm a national level swimmer actually.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and I also aspire to represent the country one day. Yeah.
Okay, and I'm sure with the passion which you have for swimming and the hard worker you are, I'm sure you'll be able to do that one day. All the best for that, Nidhish. So, Nidhish, let's go back to I would say round about a year back in September and in October starting when you reached out to us trying to transfer to a top university in the US for your undergrad, right? So could you share about what thoughts did you have at that time? And I'm sure you would have been looking at a lot of consultants in the market who could help you with your aspirations. So what made you enroll with LilacBuds, if you could share some light there?
Firstly, transferring made me so the decision to transfer was actually because I feel like there's a huge gap. The level of education in the US is
Yeah.
as compared to India is something else. I talk to my friends there and they tell me it's something they've never experienced before. So I really wanted to experience that myself. And yeah, so the next part of question, what made me choose Lilac Birds? I remember, if I'm correct, my first
Yeah.
call was to you. Yeah.
Yes.
And we spoke and you told me like I told you like I'm a national level swimmer and I want to transfer and all that. And you told me that you guys have done it before as well.
Yeah.
And that I think was like you guys have done it before. So I was like, okay, let's go ahead with y'all. Like that was the decision making for me.
Okay, great. Yeah, so every year we probably have a good number of students who are looking to transfer to a top university in the US. In major cases, those have been conventional profiles, engineers from India trying to transfer, finance background students who are trying to transfer. In some cases, there have been people like you, sports persons, who are also trying to transfer. So yeah, we've done that before. Uh, Now let's talk about the schools, right? So which universities from the US you have final admits from, and if you could throw some light on the scholarships as well.
Yeah, so I have admits from Fordham University, Drexel, University of Arizona,
Yeah.
PACE, and I am also on the wait list at NYU.
Okay.
And the scholarships go as I've got 25K scholarship from Drexel, 20,000 scholarship from Fordham, and $20,000 scholarship from PACE University.
Okay. Okay. And I guess there were a couple of other final admits also, right? If I'm not wrong, I guess one was from University of Arizona, and there were a few others, if I'm correct.
Yeah, University of Arizona is also giving me 25,000
Okay.
scholarship and SLU, which
SLU
is giving
also,
me a
St. Louis University, right?
Saint, yeah. which is giving me a $20,000 scholarship.
Yes. And currently you are waitlisted for NYU with fingers crossed that maybe over the next 10 or 15 days you would have a final admit from there. Right?
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Great. So, Nidhish, yes, you rightly mentioned that I was the one you had your first initial conversation with when you were thinking about moving ahead and enrolling with a consultant. So, I would like you to throw some more light on that and maybe the gradual process which we followed for your applications. How was your experience working with LilacBuds and in this case myself? If you could throw some light there.
Working with LilacBuds and especially with you, it's been a great journey. The communication has been smooth from the beginning. I
Yeah.
would call you anytime at the day and you would pick and answer my questions with like whatever questions I had, I would like just give you a call. Even like you spoke to my parents like a couple of times, like because
Yeah.
they had some concerns and you were more than happy to answer those questions. So that is something I really liked about.
Okay.
And yeah, I
So
mean also, yeah, sorry.
yeah, so I'll probably add a couple of points from my side, right? And then probably you could add on to those also. I'll give you my perspective about us working together, right? So what I remember, obviously, very distinctly was that obviously you have been studying in India at a university, right? You have been a national and a district level swimmer as well, right? And you had a slightly less than average, I would say, a grade in your 12th class, right? So these were the three pointers in your profile which we had to move ahead with, right? So obviously, we want to talk about how did we manage that, then maybe how did we work together towards your applications, university shortlisting, just giving you a couple of pointers which you might want to touch upon.
As you said, like the 12th grade scores were a problem. So we kind of reflected on my current CGPA and also like my volunteering work, my internships, and my swimming background.
Yeah.
We made sure that that comes first, like that kind of over highlights my 12th grade scores. And then we started shortlisting colleges, even though there was a budget restraint. We made sure the colleges that we are choosing are within the budget, and you also helped me with my SOP, which was like great. Like, and yeah,
Okay. Okay. Uh, Lovely to know that you felt that the process was enriching for you and made your application easier. Do you want to talk about the LilacBuds admissions consulting portal as well, which through which we had been communicating? How did that make your life easier?
yeah, I think that is one of the best things that Lilac Bird has. It makes like connecting via video call much easier. You can like also you can submit your documents, your resumes, your emails on the portal, and then you would review and you would send me the corrections back, and I would
Yeah.
correct them, and then so that was something because in because if we wanted to do that like without the portal, it would have been like a tough job, like
Yes, I
back
agree.
and forth and also like sometimes the documents get lost.
Yes.
The, the
I mean, you're
portal
right.
makes
Back
sure.
and forth over emails, and then the versions get lost. You don't know which was your final version, all those sort of things, right? So we had been getting a lot of feedback from our students only about these sort of problems which they were facing. And that is when we decided to come up with something like that, which could obviously make not only yours, but a lot of other students' life easier, right? So, yeah, so thanks a lot for that. And I will pass on your feedback to the technology team as well, right? Finally, Nidhish, so it's been a long journey, right? So you almost enrolled with us around about 10 months back. And I distinctly remember we having started our discussions late September and early October, right? And then we did university shortlisting. We started working on the applications, obviously trying to find a balance between your background, your academic aspirations, your swimming aspirations, and the budget constraint also, which you had, right? And I'm sure during this entire process, you are now a much more evolved individual who knows a much more about your own self as well, right? So, if you were to pass on any nuggets of wisdom, right, to others who would be trying to follow the same academic trajectory, so what would be your learning outcomes which you would want them to know?
So myself, I wanted to go to the top universities in the US,
Yeah.
right? Everyone wants to enroll and get admissions in the top universities. Maybe it might be Harvard or like the top Ivy schools or all those. Even I wanted to be one
Yeah.
of them. But you got me to ground. And so what we did was keeping my aspirations in mind, but also with the budget restraints and choosing which college works best for my profile. We shortlisted those colleges,
Yep.
and I think we've got like more than 50% more. I think it's more than 65% success in
Yes.
terms of acceptances.
Yeah.
Maybe if I would have not listened to you or something like, okay, I want to go to this college, I want to go to this college, and we would have ended up applying there and we didn't get the admits, I would have been like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
So yeah, your mentors, like as you, you guys know the best, like what's best for us.
Yeah.
And I think all the future students who are coming to LilacBuds should trust you blindly, is what I feel
Yeah.
with
So
in
no, I
terms
guess
of
Nidhish, you're very right here. I'll just pitch in. I guess you're very right, and you mentioned a very important point, right? Which many other students do not pay heed to, right? That a student should not blindly go after the rankings, right? He should find a balance between his background, his aspirations, in some cases, budget also, and obviously the reputation of the university. For example, in your case, you specifically wanted to go to a university which has a good swimming team, right? Through which you could
right,
contribute. And at the same time, you wanted to follow finance and economics major, right? With some other considerations which we had to keep in mind. So, very important point, I guess, which you mentioned, which every other student should be aware about once he decides to move in this direction. And I'm sure after going through this conversation between you and I, he would understand the importance of what we're trying to say. So, yeah, very important point. Anything else that you would like to add to that?
I think that's it.
Okay, great. No worries. So, I guess this brings us to the end of our conversation today. Nidhish, thanks a lot again, I would say, for taking out time on a very late weekday evening and agreeing to share your candid feedback and experience about working with Lilac Buds. Uh, with my fingers crossed, I really hope that you get into your dream university, New York University, very soon so that we can get your student visa file submitted. All the best for your study abroad journey, and we will be in touch. Thank you so much.
Thank you.